Hi, this is Clarissa. Basically, this is my testimony video. I've been wanting to do it for a little bit, and now I finally have a chance to. Well, I don't really have a chance because I'm supposed to be doing history, homework, but choices, video, homework. I would say video. You too, right? Yeah. Um, so pretty much, when I was 5, my mother died of cancer. I don't really know what kind of cancer. So I was 5, and I didn't really, care. Just knew she was dead. Now that I'm older, she's still dead. I don't really care. But, yeah. um, after that, me and my father moved in with my grandparents, and that was pretty drama filled. My dad would get drunk almost every night, and, he'd bring all types of stuff into the house, and just by the end of the night, cops would be there. He'd be arrested or something, and sometimes him and my brother would get into it, and being about the age of 5 or 6, it's not something you'd want to see, and it's not something nobody would want to see, and through time, I ended up living going off with different relatives. My dad couldn't really take care of me, I guess, and eventually I ended up back with him and my grandparents, and my grandmother developed Alzheimer's. And so my dad asked my oldest brother, Chris, if I could stay, with them, because he knew my oldest brother, he's pretty stable. And, I pretty much understood that because I knew my grandmother had to be taken care of. And by this time I was 7, so I had grown up a little more. But once she died and he didn't ask me back, it kind of felt, I kind of felt bummed. I knew he wasn't that stable, and I'm glad that I live with my brother now, but at that age, your dad, or dad to a little girl, is he's supposed to be like your Superman. He's supposed to be the one you can always rely on. That's pretty much how I picture a dad. But on the weekends I would go with him, and he would always be drunk, and he would pretty much try to bribe me and my brother, as in he would give us money, and he'd be like, "Here, take this, go buy whatever you want. I'll be back later." And that, it's dude, it's I'm right here. I don't, why don't we spend time together? But that never really happened. Um, as the years pretty much passed, it was the same story, and it felt like if my own dad didn't really want to, pay attention, who else would? So as a result, I began cutting, and it felt good to me, I guess. It was pretty much the state of mind I was in. Pretty much took away the emotional pain for a little bit and replaced it with the physical, because the physical was the only thing I could control, and um, that ended up leading into things that were kind of bad for me, and they weren't really good choices of mine, and pretty much no one knew about it but me, and I would go to church every single day because my oldest brother, he's a strong Christian man, and we would have to go to church every Sunday and Wednesday, and I pretty much got into the routine of, raising my hands, pretending to pray, singing, because I knew every word to every song at church, and everyone saw me as this so happy, innocent, nothing bothered me kind of girl, and on the inside I was pretty much the complete opposite. Everything from my past had pretty much, resurfaced again, and just, I pretty much blame myself for everything. My father not being there, my mother's death, even though I knew it was a disease, but I still got a little. But pretty much blame myself for everything, and I just remember going to sleep all the time, just pretty much crying and like asking God, if you're real, show yourself to me. Growing up in a, well, kind of like halfway growing up, you could say, in a Christian home, I pretty much knew there was God, but I didn't want to accept Him, you could say. I wanted so many things. I just wanted to feel love. That's really all I've ever asked for, is just that feeling of somebody wanting you with them in your life. Somebody needing you in your life, and that's all I wanted. And I just remember one day I was like, this was like camp, and it was like the last night, whatever, and we were praising and worshiping, and I just felt God just really like tugging at my heart, and He was like, Clarissa, I'm here, and I just kept pushing it away, and I knew it was God. And so eventually, there was a song that came on, and it was, I don't know what song it was. I just know it was by a artist at my church, and it basically talked about how no one really understands you, but God does, and He loves you so much, and His love is just an abundance of joy. And like pretty much at that moment, like I could feel God's presence around me, saying, you don't have to do this by yourself anymore. I'll be the father that you always wanted or never had. I'll be the mother that you never got a chance to view, and I'll be the best friend that you can tell anything to. And pretty much I broke down and I started crying, not because I was sad or anything. It was just like His love was just pretty much so overwhelming. And it sounds like really cheesy, like some people who don't believe, but it really is just so true. Like, just the tears were just like kept, flowing down. Because for the first time, I've actually felt like somebody was there. That somebody pretty much cared what I did, and that was the first time I actually felt loved and that somebody was there. After that, being reading my Bible, getting closer to God, because He's just amazing. You know that? I lost my ring, isn't it, Corey? I always like this ring. My brother bought it for me. Thank you, Sean. I had another ring Sarah bought me, but it kind of fell off when I was wrestling with my brother. So I'm sorry, Sarah. But yeah, I just want to encourage you that God really does love you, and He has a plan for you, no matter what you go through. Because now, I have my mindset on going to college. I want my doctoral degree in psychology because I want to become an adult psychologist, help pretty much other teens, whoever went through the same things I had to do. Pretty much, I want to be there for them, to be somebody they could rely on, to tell anything to, so they don't feel alone. My plan is to be the first one to actually graduate from high school and college in my family. Fingers. That's my biggest, thing I'm shooting for right now. But yeah, let God be the controller of your life. If you feel alone, He's there. If it's so hard, but you have to surrender everything to Him. Because sometimes it may feel like you're at the end of your rope, but sometimes you have to let go and let Him be able to catch you. Because He really does love you. I mean, pretty much He's died for you. So that's my testimony. So thank you for listening in. Sorry for my sniffles. I think I'm getting sick. Hopefully not. But yeah, I have glasses, but I never wear them. Like on these videos, just don't see the need to. Cause I can see myself like clearly, like right here. Feel me? But yeah, thank you.